Hey vinyl community, Jeff here again. Have an album I want to talk about a little bit. I don't know if I've ever seen, somebody out there I'm sure has shown this at some point, but I don't know. It's one of those bands that didn't make much of a blip out there, and I want to know if anybody else had heard anything about this, but I was excited to find that there was a reissue of this on vinyl. That's Blackthorn's Afterlife. Got a lot of glare there. So this album was released in 1993, and there are 1993 editions of it on vinyl. I have the CD from back then. I've had it for quite a while, and I've had the album, the LP on my wish list for a while. And then I noticed not too long ago, I think maybe even on Amazon, the price on this, it popped up, and the price was like under $20, and I'm like, okay, I grabbed it. I didn't really know, I didn't look at it. I just thought a vinyl edition of Blackthorn, under 20 bucks, grab it. And it turns out, yeah, this is a 2021 reissue, Renaissance Records. It's a gatefold. It's a double record set. And the original album is only single record. But let's talk about it. If you're not familiar with this band, 1993, it's one of the, you could call it a super group. You got, you've got world-renowned musicians on here. You almost could say, this is kind of like what happens when you take one part, part Alcatraz and part Quiet Riot. You end up with Blackthorn, because what you got on here is you got Graham Bonnet on vocals. Of course, Graham Bonnet has been in Rainbow and Alcatraz, and he's got his own band. He's Michael Schenker. He sings everywhere. In Pelletier, he's done everything. You got Chuck Wright, bass player at one point with Quiet Riot for a few albums there. You got Bob Kulick. Now, Bob Kulick has done a lot of other bands. He passed away back in May of 2020, but he's done a lot of guitar work for Kiss, behind the scenes for Ace Frehley when he wasn't around. He's done other bands, Skull, and of course he's the brother to Bruce Kulick, who is, went on to be in Kiss because Bob's like, hey, you should join Kiss. And Bruce Kulick actually does some a little bit of guitar work on here too. You got Frankie Banali, longtime drummer for Quiet Riot, also recently passed away. And you got Jimmy Waldo, who was in Alcatraz. He's also done some work with Quiet Riot. He was in New England back in the day, which means that he'd opened for Kiss when I saw them, which means he's got a connection there, which means he might have known Bob Kulick. Who knows? He's done some stuff with Vinnie Vincent, because when New England and Vinnie Vincent did that whole Warrior thing before the Vinnie Vincent invasion. Anyway, there's all these ties, but you got these amazing guys on here, and they put out this album. Now, the thing that's neat about this double record set is the whole album fits on one album. So what's the second album? The second album is all demos and live stuff. Absolutely great. Now, it's neat because, in my opinion at least, one of the things I noticed when playing this, is on side 4, the song Afterlife, demo with Tony Palacios, guitar previously unreleased, Tony Palacios. That, to me, was an oddity because Tony Palacios is the guitar player for Guardian. Absolutely one of my favorite bands, one of my favorite guitar players, and yeah, great stuff. I did not know that Tony Palacios had anything to do with this, but there he is. He does some shredding on there. Great stuff. Anyway, album looks great. It sounds great. It's 2 albums worth of material. You got the album itself, and then you've got all of those bonus tracks. It's demo stuff, some unreleased stuff, some demo stuff, and a couple live tracks. Just a great package altogether. Real thick. I'm pretty sure it's probably at 180 or so. Pretty thick. I will say, so here you go. The titles on there are red. Nice, right? You can see those. Can you see those on there? Red. See the titles on there? Red. I don't know who designs these things, but somebody should be kicked in the butt a little bit. Why would you turn around and put blue and black? You can't. You put these out there in the turntable. You can't read those titles. Ridiculous. That's just a graphic designer's eye that's driving me crazy. Anyway, check it out if you haven't. There, great stuff. I was never historically never a huge Graham Bonnet fan, but at times he really does gets in there and nails it. And I think this is one of those bands where it appeals to me more. And of course, having all the other musicians on there makes it just that much greater of a project. And in hindsight, now that we've lost Frankie and Bob, it's even more near and dear, because they both appear on there. And so anyway, great stuff. That's all. I just want to share that one. Check it out if you haven't. There's tracks out there, and you can grab this album before it's gone. 2021 reissue. So thanks a lot for watching. I'll be back. Rock on. Rock hard.